Only if they come, then I can add them. I have viewers, but I'm not sure I'm unable to add them. We are really sorry for some errors are occurring. Never mind, as the session says, never give up, so we are not going to give up so soon. We might keep you waiting for a while. So let me just see. Yeah, so I have him on board, and now I'm just trying to Mr. Abhishek.
Yeah, I'm also back once again. There was some
Yeah, but
technical glitch.
yes, I can completely understand because Pratik, I'm unable to see Mr. Abhishek as a viewer, but he is saying that he is viewing us already. So I think there is some technical glitch. Maybe
There is
either
some
our
technical issues.
yeah. So yeah, again I go to the I can't see him as a guest viewer. I can see Nishant is there, Varsha is there, Soumya Shashi is there, Subhash is there, but I cannot see him.
Even I can't see.
Sorry, sir, we are not unable to see you here. If you could please send us a request. This send request option will appear in the comment section. So we'll wait for a while. If this still continues, then maybe we'll have to jump to our Instagram live platform. I can see Mr. Abhishek here. Hi.
Hi,
Good
Shreya.
evening. All the technical glitch that
Just give me a minute. I'll get my headphones.
so sir, I think Prateek will not be able to join us since there are some issues occurring wherein only 2% can come live right now.
Okay.
Okay, so he'll be there in the comment section probably. So Prateek, bear with us. We have known a lot about you, Mr. Abhishek. I have learned about you, especially from the two international and the national news channels that has covered you, about the great brain surgery that you have undergone. So I would like to know from your end, so what exactly was the problem? What were you undergoing? And yeah, I would like to know from your end.
Sure, sure. First of all, thanks for having me here in your live chat show. And so I started practicing guitar in 2012. I was playing since my school days, but I was not very serious about it. I used to play at a very basic level. Suddenly in 2012, I developed a lot of interest towards guitar playing, and I thought that if I want to improve, I'll have to start practicing. And I then practice. I started learning online, and I used to practice almost every day, 1.5 to 2 hours. And this went on for next three and a half years till 2015. And that is when I had achieved a certain level in guitar playing, physically, not in terms of music, but so I thought, if I want to learn and take it to professional level, then I need to spend more time. And with job is it was very difficult. So I thought of quitting my job and spending 2 3 years completely learning music and improve on guitar playing. And then I thought, we'll try my luck in the music scenario. But unfortunately, just few days before my last day at work, so I clearly remember 30th October 2015 was my last day at work. And a few days, I would say around a week before, I started feeling some stiffness in my little finger of left hand. And I didn't know that time why that was happening. I thought because of over practice, my muscles have become fatigued, and that's why it is happening. So I took a break for some time and started visiting doctors. So first I went to although I started with orthopedics, but they were not able to figure out what was the problem. So they gave me a lot of physiotherapy sessions and muscle relaxants and lots of other medicines, but nothing worked on my case. So and that went on for the next 1 year, almost 1 year. I visited all the senior orthopedics in Bangalore, all the big hospitals, but nobody was able to figure out what was the problem. I even searched on internet writing my symptoms, but I could not find anything. Then one fine day, I decided that I'll go and meet a neurologist, and this would be my last visit to a doctor. If I don't come to know about my problem today, then I'll give up and I'll try something else. Then after that, I will not try. So I went to meet this neurologist in Bangalore, and I took my guitar. I played for a few seconds, and he watched my finger movements and said that there's no problem in your fingers. The problem is in your brain. This is a neurological disorder which called as focal dystonia. And my problem was very strange because I had problem only while playing guitar. Otherwise, my fingers were completely normal. So the moment I would pick my guitar, these three fingers would become stiff, completely stiff, and would not even bend. And if I leave the guitar, completely normal, no issues, no problem at all. So it was very strange and weird for me because the thing which I wanted to do, only that thing I was not able to do. Then at that time, I was very happy. Finally, after 1 year of struggle, I could get to know about my disorder, the problem, what I had. And I thought if the diagnosis is done, so definitely there would be some treatment for this. But the next moment, the doctor said, unfortunately, this is incurable and there is no treatment available for this. However, we can try a few measures, temporary measures. If it works on your case, then you will have to continue for the rest of your life if you want to play guitar. First, he gave me one tablet. I took it for 2 months. I started with half a tablet a day to 9 tablets a day, but I took it for 2 months, but nothing happened. Then he suggested Botox injection. I took Botox injection in my left hand, and that also didn't help. And in my case, it became an overdose, and my left hand had become very weak for that time, for 3 4 months. Then after that, I got a call from a hand surgeon in Bangalore who I used to go for occupational therapy and physiotherapy. Then he told me that he has a friend who is a neurosurgeon. Dr. Sharan Srinivasan. You should speak to him. And I called the doctor, and he said, yes, we can treat this through a brain surgery. And when I heard brain surgery, I was very scared. And I didn't know what to do, because I really got scared, because brain surgery is very risky. If anything goes wrong, I'll be paralyzed for my life. So I dropped the idea completely. But my problem was gradually increasing, and it started spreading to other fingers. I mean, by that time, all three fingers were impacted, and I had started feeling difficulty while typing also on laptop. So it was a very difficult situation, and by that time, I had tried every other thing. Nothing worked on my case. And finally, I mean, fast forward, a lot of things happened. Finally, I went back to Dr. Sharan and told him, after 6 months. I went to Dr. Sharan. I called him up and told him that I had spoken to you 6 months ago regarding my problem, that guitarist's dystonia. He said, yes, I remember. So I told him that the problem is increasing, and there is no respite. And he said, you come over, we'll see what best we can do. So I went to meet him. He showed me other patients' video in Japan, because he got trained in Japan for this particular surgery. In India, hardly, I think, he and one more doctor is there who do this kind of surgery. So he showed me a couple of videos, and after watching that videos, I got confidence that yes, we can go ahead with this. And finally, on 11th July 2017, we went ahead with the surgery, and the rest is history.
Wow. I mean, a lot of it was like a roller coaster ride. So basically, there was a downfall. So you found no cure or no diagnosis for what is the actual issue that you're undergoing. And I'm sure you must have undergone a lot of thought process, a mixed emotions, and you must have felt devastated at times. So could you tell us more, like, especially during that time when you were trying to understand what is the issue, when you did not know what is the issue, did you ever thought is it psychological? Because I think most people will think that maybe this is just a psychological thing, and जैसे हिंदी में कहते हैं आपका मन का भ्रम होगा, ये सब भ्रम है, कुछ नहीं है. तो क्या you also had to face all these things?
Absolutely, absolutely. So many doctors referred me to a psychologist and psychiatrist, and gave me a lot of anti-anxiety pills also. They said sometimes it happens. There are things which you want to do, which you really want to do. I mean, you become conscious, and your subconscious mind starts creating these kinds of problems. So they gave me a lot of this anti-anxiety pills. I was referred to psychologists, psychiatrists. They told me, they asked me to do yoga, meditation, a lot of those things. I did everything, but nothing helped. And definitely in India, it is not very well looked upon if you quit your job to follow your passion, and that too music. So that was a very difficult thing. After, I mean, initially few months were fine, but after that, everybody started asking me and telling me, if this is not working, then try something else or get back to job, because even after 6-7 months, we are not able to find any cure for this, and this is increasing. So either you try some different instrument, try keyboard, or if you're not interested, then get back to job. But I was completely devastated, because the thing for which I quit my job, I couldn't do it even for one day, because as my last day got over, I was running from doctors to doctors in Bangalore. It was a very difficult period, and I was not able to figure out this. The most painful part was that I was not able to figure out what is the issue. Even after 9-10 months, I was still clueless. And when I met my neurologist, after that, at least I got to know about this problem. And when he gave me the term focal dystonia, and before that, I never found that term on internet. I tried various keywords regarding my symptoms, but I could not find. And when I came to know about the term dystonia, I searched and then found it's quite a common problem everywhere, and people still don't know about it. That what is the problem, and because they don't go to the doctor, and apart from neurologist, no one can diagnose this kind of problem. So this is a very specialized and very, I think, I would say the problem, since the problem is in the brain, so other doctors or other specialization specialists will not understand this kind of problem. and the same thing was happening to me. And that's how once my surgery video came out and people saw this video and came to know about the term dystonia, then we found that there were many people in India and abroad who were suffering from this problem, and people were contacting me on Facebook day in, day out that time. Like they were asking about my experience, what happened, what those things, and should they go ahead with the surgery. So that was a very difficult time for me, but all is well, that ends well. Finally, I went ahead and undergone the surgery. So very difficult, but I had only thing in my mind that one day I will be able to play. One day I will play guitar. That's the only thing I had in my mind. I didn't listen to anyone. I just kept thinking that someday something will happen, some miracle will happen, and I will be able to play. That's what all through going through my mind, all the 20 months which I suffered.
So this does happen, no? Even when you decide and your willpower is very strong, and I'm sure there is a lot of youth present with us today. So even during those willpower, when you have that willpower, if you have that those times when you just feel that question yourself and you say that, am I right? Am I doing the right thing? Are the people right? So did that also come up to you?
Absolutely, absolutely. I thought, I mean, what wrong have I done? I mean, what was wrong in this? I just wanted to play guitar. I wasn't doing any crime or I wasn't doing any illegal thing. I just wanted to play guitar, and that's the only thing which I was not able to do. So that was I mean, very what do you say, a dicey situation for me. I was not able to figure out, and every time I would ask the same question. I mean, why only guitar? Maybe I could have developed some other thing, but why only guitar playing was impacted, and rest everything was normal. So nothing was happening. And the moment I would pick my guitar, this problem occurs. And there were times I would look at my fingers and I would cry. I would cry looking at my fingers. My fingers were not moving. There were a lot of times I was down and I used to cry. But then again, next day, I would get up and just tell myself, don't worry, it'll be fine someday. It'll be fine someday. So just keep on trying. Don't give up. That's what kept me
So
going.
here we have something to learn from you, that one thing is, if you're feeling low and if you're crying, it's absolutely normal. We can
Yeah.
cry. We have our own setbacks. People undergo a lot of things. And today, when we are getting to know this from you, that what you are undergoing, it's really inspiring. I mean, someone who is even asked to go for his minor surgery also, even they get really depressed and sad, and they get confused, should I go for it, what are the consequences, what I might have to face. But you were asked for brain surgery, which is the most important organ in a this thing. So if during the surgery, like we see that during the surgery you were playing the instrument. So what was your experience like, the surgery, the part, and when you were playing the guitar, was it painful? And did you?
It, yeah, yeah. It wasn't painful, but there were a lot of discomfort because they had given local anesthesia here because they had to make a hole, make a cut, and then drill a hole in the skull. So that I mean, that is, when you make a cut, definitely there will be pain, but they had given local anesthesia, so I was not feeling pain that much, but there were a lot of discomfort because they had fixed up a frame on my head, and so that I do not move, and that frame was, I mean, not very comfortable, and and when they were drilling a hole, even despite the local anesthesia, there was a lot of discomfort, a lot of noise, because once you drill, you get a lot of noise, and all the noise was I mean, getting into my head. So that was little difficult. But what I was thinking that time, it was not about the pain or the discomfort. The process started around 8 in the morning. First, they were, I mean, trying to insert the IV needle in my hand, which was not going. They made some 6 or 7 attempts. They were hitting in my bone. That was very painful, and I don't know what the nurse was doing. She was not properly trained or something. She tried 4-5 times. It was not going, and it was hitting in my bone. That was very painful. But I bared everything because I was just looking towards the evening, because I knew by the evening my surgery will get over and I'll get my fingers back. I was very confident. So I was just thinking about the evening. Even the doctor told me that you might have some discomfort. Please bear with me. I'm sorry, and I'll try to make it as smooth as possible for you. But still, there'll be some discomfort. So I told the doctor, you please don't worry at all. You do whatever you want on me today, because the pain what I have been suffering for the last 2 years, this one day pain is nothing in front of that. So I'm just looking at the result, and I'm just waiting for the evening. Till evening, you are free to do whatever you want. So that gave the doctor also a lot of comfort. So he was free and free from mind. Otherwise, generally in these kinds of complex surgeries, the patients, if they are not very confident and they are scared, then it becomes difficult for the doctor also to manage. So I gave him full freedom, and and after that he became so comfortable that while he was operating my brain, he was humming a song. So I told the doctor that you told me that it's a very complex, it's a very simple procedure, but it's such a complex procedure, and you are singing a song. So then he said, it's because you gave me that comfort. So throughout the surgery, what happens in this surgery? They burn brain cells. They make a hole. They insert a very specialized electrode and burn the brain cells. So the problem, what happens in this case is the part of the brain which controls the finger movements, brain cells in those sections become hyperactive, and no one knows what is the reason for that. Still, research is going on. So what the doctor does in this surgery, they locate the target area through MRI, and after locating the target area, they burn out those brain cells. So normally they make 7 burns in the whole procedure. That's as per the prescribed procedure. But in my case, they did 6 burns, because on the 7th one I was not responding properly. So that they left it after 6th one. After every burn, I had to play guitar to make sure that he is on the right target and he is not going wrong. So he's burning the right target area, because after every burn there should be some improvement in my fingers. So after first and second, I did not feel any significant improvement. It was there, but very, I mean, not significant at all. But third one onwards, I started feeling the difference. My fingers were started coming and moving easily. And I told the doctor that what I'm experiencing right now is a miracle. It's a pure miracle, because just a few minutes ago I was not able to move my fingers, and now I can see that I can feel the difference. So he became very happy, and after that, after the 4th, 5th, and 6th, it was completely normal. So I was so excited that I didn't feel any pain or any discomfort after that. I was just waiting for the surgery to get over so that I can play guitar. And more than the surgery, the painful part was the MRIs. I had to undergo 3 MRIs, 2 before surgery and 1 after the surgery. And the most difficult thing in MRI is that you cannot move even a bit. It takes 30 to 45 minutes for 1 MRI scan. You are put into a machine, and you are not supposed to move even a bit. And the law of nature is that when you are in that position, you start getting itching everywhere, and it's very difficult to control. But somehow I was just focusing on the result, and I just bared all through the discomforts, and finally I got my fingers back.
Wow. That's
So it's very important that you have to focus on the result, what you want to achieve. If you have that clarity, what you want to have, and your complete focus is towards that, then you will not feel all these sufferings and pains and discomforts. These things will just pass by.
so the end result, or what you really expect from yourself. So here again, there is a mind that did play a role. We see in the Secret, which is very famous now, and we see how the law of attraction works. So here, your focus was there on your dream, that this is what you want to achieve, and you believed in it. So somewhere, if you say the law of attraction, it did work for you. Another part is scientifically, if you go, then your emotions were completely controlled and was focused on one particular emotion, that this is what I'm going to achieve. That did not let you linger around with any other emotions,
Absolutely, you
right?
have to be very clear. You have to be very clear. And I had during my struggle days, I used to watch a lot of videos of successful people, and I found one thing common, that everybody went through some or the other kind of struggle. And what helped them is their focus. They didn't lose their focus or their goal, and they kept on trying no matter what came in their way. They kept on trying, and finally they achieved success. So I used to watch a lot of videos about those people. And I was watching a video of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he had said that he doesn't believe in plan B. So I was also believing the same thing. I had no plan B. I had only plan A, and I wanted to play guitar. That's it. I had never thought of anything else.
Wow, that's so inspiring. That's really inspiring. Uh, like, I think been, you had changed the career and then you were unable to play. Then you were trying to undergo what is the diagnosis and then treatment and everything. So post treatment, that is tough. You might have started from the scratch. It's a big thing. So how did you manage yourself, your daily life routine during this phase? Did you uh, ever come across any hardship even after achieving that your fingers are moving? Still, were there any other societal problems or any other barriers that came across?
Yeah, there were many because I had spoken this about in my video also, in the recent video which I released. That after the surgery, I got my finger movements back. My fingers were moving completely normal, but I lost all my skills on guitar because I struggled for 2 years. I was not playing properly, and because of the surgery, my fingers had become very weak. I had lost all the strength in my fingers, so I was not able to play at all, and that was another shocker for me, because even after undergoing so much of suffering and the brain surgery, still I'm not able to play. Now what else do I need to do? And that time I had two options: either to quit or again continue trying, practicing. Maybe 5 years, 10 years down the line, one day I'll be able to play. And if I quit, it's complete no, 100%. I will never be able to play. But if I keep on trying, maybe 1% still chance is there. And if I keep on doing for next 5 years, maybe again some miracle will happen and one day I'll be able to play. So with that thought, I started practicing again. And apart from this, the other problem was that I was out of job for more than 2 years, 3 years, and now and recently I joined a job in March, and so I was out of work for almost 5.5 years. So another financial problems were there because a lot of my savings went into my treatment. And after that, thanks a lot. I would like to thank my family, my wife, my parents, who took care of me for every single need. So I'm lucky in that ways, and definitely without the support of my family, I wouldn't have been able to achieve on my own. Because no matter what you talk about these things, about success, failure, about struggles, but if you don't have money, you can't do anything. That's a hard fact. And that's very, very important. You need to have money. I mean, there's a saying that money doesn't solve all the problems, but it's easier to cry in BMW than on a bicycle. So I started believing in that. It's very, very important. And thanks to my family, though I still have, I was totally dependent. So that was another problem I had. I mean, that had a psychological impact because I was not earning. So that's a very big thing. I was totally dependent on my wife and my parents. So that was a big thing. I even tried for a job a lot of time. I mean, I gave so many interviews, but because of my break, I was not getting a job. So that was another level of frustration. Plus, I was not able to play guitar. I had no clue what my future is, because without job and after surgery, it was almost 2 years I was out of job. Then again 3 years, 4 years. So I had lost hope on that front also, that I will ever get a job. But luckily, something worked, and in March I got a job with a very good company. And this profile was specially for those people who were on break. Earlier, I would get rejected because I was on break, and I got this job because I was on break. Because it is called a re-entry program, where they give opportunity to the people who have voluntarily taken a break, career break, to for whatever reasons, and they want to come back to corporate again. So luckily, I got this job. So now things are stabilizing, but last 5.5 years were very, very difficult, because if you don't have, if you're not earning your, and if you're not financially, independent, then it takes a toll on your mind. And with that situation, I had to practice every day. I would almost, so practicing was like a meditation for me. So so when I would practice, that will keep me away from all the stress, all the financial stress, all the other things. And another stress was that after surgery, everybody would ask, whenever I would talk to anyone, of friends or relatives or anyone, everybody would ask, what are you doing? So when are you releasing your song? What is happening on your guitar? And I would just say, I'm practicing. I mean, how many times I will explain everybody that I'm not able to play? I've become almost a beginner, and I've started from the scratch all over again. So those things are very, very difficult to face, because other other people will not understand what you are going through and what is going on in your mind. Because I have 10 different kinds of stress: financial stress, not able to play, I'm totally dependent. So, and and after all those things, all these questions, so these questions give you more stress than your own situation. So it was a very difficult time. But as I said, I just, so whenever anybody would ask me, I would just say, I'm practicing. It will take some more time, because my fingers have become very weak, and it will take some more time. I don't know how much time it will take, but it will take some more time, maybe 5 years, I don't know. And finally, after 4 years of rigorous practice, endless hours of practice, finally I was able to release my first video. And that was on my fourth anniversary, on the fourth anniversary of my surgery. I had released, and every year since 2018, every year I would plan, I would practice that at least this year I will post my first video. So on the first anniversary, I thought, but I couldn't do it because my fingers were not working. Same second anniversary, I thought, but couldn't do it. And I practiced a song for so long, but I was not able to do it. So I dropped the plan. Then last year, just 2 days before that, on 9th of July, my father passed away. So that time also I could not do it. So this year I was determined that I will, this year, no matter what, I will post a video. And I was practicing for this since February. For 11th July, I was practicing since February. Yeah. And finally I could do it. Thanks to my new guitar teacher, Mr. Siddharth Gautam. He's from Delhi. He helped me, and he did all the video editing for me. And yeah, so coming back to to your question, I just want to say, you will face all kinds of difficulties in your life, everything, but you need to have one particular goal. You have to set your priority. That is very, very important. And you keep on doing that, keep trying, things will work out. And don't let your environment, what other people are talking about you, what other people are saying, don't let that impact your thinking, your thought process. And you just go ahead with what you think is right. That is very, very important.
So here I would like to ask you one question, like while you were undergoing all these stresses of life, and I think it was kind of a mild depressive phase for you. So at that point of time, I'm sure some people, someone or the other, would have come to you and said you the same thing, that it's okay, just carry on and everything will be fine one day, सब ठीक हो जाएगा, and इस तरह की बातें. So how did that make you feel?
Definitely, that feels good. I'm very thankful to my wife. After surgery, I mean, even before surgery, she was very strong, and she told me that you go ahead with the surgery, and if something goes wrong, we'll manage, we'll see. Whatever happens, we'll accept it. Because brain surgery, there were chances. I mean, after the surgery, the doctor said that even 1 millimeter of error could lead to paralysis. So it was so complex. So she was very strong and said, "We'll face everything, whatever happens." And even after surgery, she took care of me and everything. So I'm very thankful to her. I mean, if she hadn't been there, I wouldn't have been able to I wouldn't have been able to talk to you today. And my parents, they always supported me. They always, especially my mother, she always said, "Don't worry, things will work out. एक दिन सब अच्छा हो जाएगा. Just don't lose hope. विश्वास मत छोड़ो. Try करते रहो. Something will work out."
कभी
So
आपको
definitely.
ऐसा फील हुआ कि आप बोल रहे हो बट अंदर ही अंदर आपको ऐसा फील हो रहा है कब when will that cup come?
Absolutely. And मैं अपनी मदर से फाइट करता था. आप ऐसे ही बोलती रहती है, कुछ नहीं होना है. अब मेरे लाइफ में अब कुछ नहीं होगा. सब कुछ खत्म हो गया. इतने इतने दिन हो गया. I always used to fight with her, but she had, I mean, उनको ज्यादा भरोसा था.
So unka hope, so family support played a very important role in your life,
Absolutely.
especially during the small breakdowns that happened in your life.
Absolutely. Because without the
I
family
really,
support, you cannot do it. You cannot achieve anything without your family support. On your own, it's impossible, because there are so many things, so many factors. You cannot handle everything alone. So if my family hadn't been there, how would I manage financially?
right. I mean, there were so many factors. One is the financial factor that was already affecting you. The health issue was there. There was a lot of confusion, chaos about what is happening, where you're leading, where are you going in your life, and again the job thing, the surgery case, and you just came up from the surgery and you're still unaware. Maybe there can be some consequences of the paralytic attack as well. Maybe where am I landing? So everything coming up together, that too not for a year or 2 year, it just kept on happening. You kept on working, it kept on happening and kept on happening, and still you just held on to it. No, I have to reach there. And every day you came up. So that is really inspiring. I think it inspired me a lot personally, because I feel that, yeah, even I do undergo these small setbacks. I think it's very small in comparison to what you are undergoing or what you have undergone. But then during those times, getting up, and sometimes it is very difficult for me to even get up and get ready and to get back to work. So I'm sure you must have undergone the same phase. So how did you come up? How did you motivate yourself?
That's what I said. Yeah. I mean, first of all, you need to keep your cool. At home, I mean, there were a lot of problems. I mean, मैं बहुत irritate हो जाता था because of my failures. Things were not working out, and my wife had to bear the brunt of that. So she bared through all my tantrums, because see, I mean, I cannot go and fight with someone, some outsider. It happens within the family, and she understood my situation, but sometimes she also lost cool, but definitely, and we had big fights many a times, but still she understood my situation, and that helped me a lot. Still, so whenever I would think of giving up, she would hold me and said, "Don't give up, keep on trying." So she didn't give up on me. So that's also a very big factor. And I'm very thankful to her that for all the support she had given me in the last 5-6 years, especially after this problem. So that's what I would like to say. That, and also apart from that, no matter how depressed or unhappy I was from within, people outside my family never could have figured out that what was going through my mind. So I would always be cheerful. All अपने friend circle में जब भी मैं मिलता था, जब भी phone पे बात होती थी, I would always be cheerful and always happy, cracking jokes and all. कहीं पे भी है, so that helps you to manage the stress level. So if you are sure, if you're all the time, if you're sad, and even if you're with outsiders, your friends and all, and you are sad and always talking about your problems and all, see, nobody is interested in knowing about your problems. Your problems are yours. No outsider friend will they will listen to you for a day or two, because they have their life also, their own set of problems. No, so nobody will listen to you. So you have to make sure that when you are alone, yeah, definitely, then all the thoughts will come to your mind. सब कुछ जब आप अकेले बैठते हो तो बहुत सारी thoughts दिमाग में आती है और you get frustrated. But when you are with someone else, that time don't talk about your problems. That time you be cheerful, हंसी मजाक करो and have all the fun. So that part, the time what you have spent with your friends having fun, that will help you manage your stress when you are alone. So that is what I always used to do. I mean, whenever we used to have a party, I would have fun, I would have ball, and all the good times. But so that will help me to manage the stress next day when I'm alone. So I would remember those good times. So that is very, very important. So keep your problems with you and with your own very near and dear ones. Don't talk about your problems with others. Otherwise, after 2-3 days, people will start avoiding you. See, nobody is interested. So you need to have a balance in your mind. You have your set of frustrations. Definitely, everybody has it. No one in this world who doesn't have problems, who doesn't have frustrations, who doesn't have failures. But still, your one part of your mind will be occupied with that kind of frustration. Keep the other part of your mind free so that you can have fun, and that will give you strength to handle the other part. That is very, very important.
Segregation. So, like you just had a roller coaster ride in your life, and
Still going through. It's not ended yet. Still going through.
we all go through it.
Yeah,
So,
but now I'm used to.
do you have any message for the youth about how to go through this ride on life with no regrets?
Yes, no regrets. Yes, many a times people ask me that you quit your job to pursue music. It didn't work out. Do you regret? I said I don't have any regret. I'm happy that I tried. It didn't work out. Result is not in our hands. What is in our control is our effort, our endeavor. So result, it didn't work out. That's fine. I tried. Many things don't work out. So I always give an example of Tata Nano. Ratan Tata spent some 1,500 crores in West Bengal, Singur, but he had to completely wind up there and move to Gujarat. So it was a big setback for him. So things will happen. There will be failures, and the result is not in our control. What is in our control is what we want to do, how disciplined we are, and how much effort and sacrifices we are ready to give to follow our dream, to follow our passion. And one more thing, which it's very, very important, that you need to have a clarity what you want to do. People always talk about plan B. So I also believe that there shouldn't be any plan B, because if plan B is there, you will not focus 100% on your plan A. You will always think, yes, there is something to fall back upon, and if this doesn't work out, I'll do that. So with that kind of mindset, you will not be successful in your primary goal. So if you have a goal, and if you have that clarity, yes, you can achieve it no matter what comes along your way. You will face everything, and you will keep on moving no matter how fast or how slow you are moving, but you are moving in that direction. One day everything will fall in place, and all your struggles or your difficult times will start making sense, because all these things make you a stronger person. I had never thought in my life that I will be able to handle this kind of stress in my life. Physical disability, financial failures, after a brain surgery, I mean, what not. Because from childhood, I was a very simple person, happy-go-lucky. I was not very serious about life. I didn't have any clarity that till 2012, I didn't have any clue what I want to do in my life. I had no clarity. And for this also, the credit goes to my wife. She always used to ask me, what do you want to do in life? You never seem to be happy with your job, and you don't like what you're doing. So what exactly do you want? What is your goal? And I had no clue that time. And that made me to think exactly what is the purpose? Why have I come into this world? What I want to do? And then I realized that whenever I play guitar, that gives me, that gave me a lot of peace and a lot of mental satisfaction. So it took me a couple of months to realize, yes, this is the thing which I want to do, and this is my love. And it took me 32 years to realize that. So the message what I would like to give that to the youth today, See, we are in the era of information overload. We have everything what we want to know at our fingertips. So always, one thing which I always do is that before going to bed, before falling asleep, I spend 10-15 minutes thinking what I did good, or what is one thing which I did good and that gave me happiness. And this exercise, now I have realized my passion. So those who haven't got this clue, they should every day spend at least 15-20 minutes with themselves, without talking to anyone else. Talk to yourself and just try to figure out what makes you happy, what one thing makes you happy. And for that, you will be ready to sacrifice anything. Suppose tomorrow if you don't have anything, what is the one thing which you still will want to do? And that is your passion. It will not happen overnight. It will take a couple of months or years also, but you need to, but this will help you trigger the thought process. And definitely everybody should have a goal. Everybody should have some kind of passion. It could be work. For many people it could be work. For my wife, it's a work is a her work is a passion. So not necessarily you have to play guitar, you have to do music. It could be sports, it could be reading, it could be social service, it could be anything, traveling, your job, anything. But that that is very subjective because it depends on person to person. But you need to at least think, give a thought, what one thing which you will do, even if someone asks you to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning, you would be happy doing that.
I think I'm just running short of words. Uh, I'm really, really inspired by all the words, and I can relate to everything. Sometimes it's mostly a motivational seminars, and we see things and we listen to things, and we feel that it is a lot of things. It is good, definitely, but I think we won't be able to implement it. But listening from a person who is implementing each and everything is much more inspiring. And then I think that is the reason why most of us are able to relate to today. So before we wind up, since their time is running, and we would like to know, Pratik is not there, and this was Pratik's question basically. So we would like to know, if you ever get a chance to meet your younger self, what advice would you give him?
The same thing what I just said a few minutes ago, that talking to yourself and try to figure out your passion. I realized it very late. I realized at the age of 33. But if I get a chance to meet my younger self, I would do this exercise at the age of 16 or 17. That is very, very important because and during our times we didn't have internet, we didn't have anything, and so no information was available to us easily. And I was also not interested in all those things. I was just happy in my life, meeting friends, going to school, college, roaming around here and there, watching movies. That's it. But later on, I realized if I had this kind of if this kind of thought process had triggered that time, I would have been a different person today. So that's very, very important, and that's why I teach my daughter. My daughter is 11 years old, and I always ask her uh, to do the same exercise. What is one thing which makes you happy? Though I'm training her in music as a skill, but I'm not forcing her to take it as her profession. She's free to do whatever you want, but I just want to add a skill to her so that it's always good. I mean, that will set you apart from the crowd. But you have to do this exercise. So I always tell her, maybe few years down the line she will have that clarity. So it's very, very important for every person who has attained a little bit of maturity. And today kids are at 13, 14, they are quite mature because of all the information overload. So if they want to know anything, it's available at the fingertips. So it's very, very important. So don't get overwhelmed by the information which is available out there. Just every day spend 15 to 20 minutes with yourself, and that will change your life.
So summing it all up, we learned a lot about all the struggles, the setbacks that he came across, but he fought each and every battle with a lot of courage and positivity and one focus. So his focus is very clear that what is his passion. And most youth, they do come to me during counseling. When they come to me, they say that I want to become a musician, or I want to become a dancer, I want to become an actor. But their parents are, though they are very supportive, but at the same time they have their own prejudice and thought process about not being a musician or an actor because of the struggling career. Then I think for them it is a must listen to this entire session. So Prateek has one more
And
question.
also, I would like to add to
If
that. Also, I would like to add to that is that something called discipline. If you really want to achieve something, you have to work on it day in, day out, because there is nothing comes automatically. There is no magic. The more you practice with discipline, the more you will improve. And if you have command over your craft, then definitely someday things will work out. And that's what happens, because these things, that if you want to learn anything, not only any art form or anything, even your studies, nothing is easy. You have to work hard all the time, and that is where people get discouraged, because they don't see the result immediately. So results do not come immediately. It's the result, what you see, whatever, whoever, whichever successful person you see today, it's a result of all those hard work which they have done for years and years. So that is very, very important. So today's generation does not know how to practice. So I keep telling I always tell my daughter that if you practice with discipline, you can achieve anything in this world. Everything is possible. That is very, very important. Practice. This word has to be ingrained in your mind. Practice, practice, practice. Nothing else.
to learn this first. So we have a request here, sir. If
Mhm.
possible, you play a music and enlighten us with your notes.
Yeah, sure. I'll sing a song from two lines from the song from the movie MS Dhoni. I always used to
Okay.
listen to that song, because that song also gave me a lot of encouragement during my illness. Is the guitar audible?
Yes, yes. I would like to add before this, if anyone has any question, you can just put up in the comment. So we'll take it up after the song. And be interactive, guys.
Can I start?
Yes,
रास्ते भागे पाँव से आगे जिंदगी से चल कुछ और भी मांगे रास्ते भागे पाँव से आगे जिंदगी से चल कुछ और भी मांगे क्यों सोचना अब जो रहा जाए वही जाए जाए सब्रिया बेसब्रिया 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 So everybody
wow,
should have this besabriya.
that's so amazing. I mean, all the viewers here, can you listen to this person who was unable to play the guitar? He played the guitar during his surgery, and today he's playing live here with amongst us, and it's really, really awesome. So I am completely inspired. Prateek is inspired. Mr. Krishna is inspired. We can see, even Meena is there. I'm sure all other viewers. Can you show us a thumbs up? Thumbs up. I think they are completely lost. Yes, right. Your voice is also great.
Thank you.
Lots of thumbs up and a heart for you. So, amazing session. We loved every bit and we can relate every bit of it. I'm sure that is the case with all the viewers, and you have motivated not only me, but uh, around 10-15 people who are present here today. And this is going to be shared, so I'm sure a lot of people are going to benefit.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on your this live
Thank
chat.
you.
Thanks.
So, should we call us now?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.